This your favorite nephew cousin, right? Back with it. We at him because it's Wednesday. Yesterday I was giving y'all the Tuesday gems and I was telling y'all ain't have to follow the trends and all that to be accepted, all that, this, that, and the third. Um, I got the gas with me. I got the water. I did have some fruit, by the way. It was a banana. I ain't cut it up to banana chips. I just ate it. You a grown man trying to watch another grown man eat a banana. That's all I'm gonna say, right? Just stop, stop. Why, right? Yeah, I kind of yeah. So I'm chatting with y'all a little bit before I get y'all the message. Yeah, I haven't been working out. I kind of chilled out. I think the last time I worked out was last Friday, so I kind of chilled out just to see what my body was gonna do. You know, body, that. And then I haven't been eating fruit. Just trying to, took a little detox from that. And it seemed like I dropped some weight. Like I'm like, what the hell? But I'm actually going after this. I actually am gonna go to the gym since I ate the fruit. Go to the gym a little bit. Probably start back over. Work my way back into it. But I was like, I'm looking good. Cool. Dropping weight. Anyway, so I done caught y'all up. We at 'em because it's Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Um, I be wanting to tell y'all this every day, but I probably can't. Don't live in fear, man. Don't that fear be having everybody in a chokehold for the most part. Whether it's the fear of rejection, fear of not being accepted, because that's two different things. But fear of just what everybody gonna think, bro. You can't live in that fear. I think that's what it's gonna be titled, bro. Be cautious, but you ain't gotta live in the fear, right? I think that's what it's gonna be titled, something like that. But let's get it going, seriously. Yeah, and then I haven't smoked since what was that? I want to say Sunday. So like I said, I just been chilling off a lot of it. Just been trying to maintain. Have been drinking water, but I have been drinking soda, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie. You gotta blame the fiance on that one. She was having this thing at her job and she bought a whole bunch of soda. So I have been drinking sodas, right? Can't even lie. I've been drinking water too, but I've been drinking soda. And it's like I don't even drink sodas like that. But hey, whatever. Bro, you can't live in fear, man. Can't live in the fear, man. I feel like this a good little morning bowl. Just a little morning bowl, right? That's it. Nothing too crazy. Don't live in that fear, man. I'm not saying don't be scared of anything. I ain't saying that. It's just you ain't gotta live there, right? You can be like, dang, I'm a little nervous or scared even, or I do have a fear, but the fear ain't supposed to really stop you. It's really supposed to just have you like, oh, to be aware, right? Then you move on, you move past it, you learn. But I'm telling you, people be stuck in that fear. I'm talking about it be neutral like a stick shift. You just be you can't do nothing but rev that engine. Then y'all don't even be doing that. Well, yeah, you be talking about your dreams, so I guess you do be revving the engine. You just but you can't live in that fear. But yeah, like I say, I ain't smoked since Sunday, and I think it was God's grace because I was trying to actually hit my pen normally because I usually do that every now and then, right? I know I'm jumping over, but like I think both of them died. Both of them died. So it's just like, well, okay, didn't smoke. And then today I'm smoking, right? And instantly I'm feeling it in this pain that I had in my arm that I thought went away. So, hey, seriously, I'm talking about that fear be having motherfuckers just stagnant for years, complacent for years. It's like I can talk about it because I was one of them, and then at times I am. That's what's like I be when I be giving y'all these messages. It don't just be for y'all. Sometimes it do be for me, right? I know y'all looking at my taper. Let me back up. I don't like how y'all looking at it. But no one said anything about your taper. You did. My fault. My fault. My fault. My fault. But seriously, that's my fear. I can't live in that though. I'm gonna line it up, comb it up later. Okay, I can't live in that fear. You see how it came full circle. They tell you seriously all the time, chase your dreams, ooh, but they don't tell you how. And it's like I feel that. They say don't give up, but you be like, how long, bitch? I'm grasping for air, like I'm about to drown in this motherfucker. Matter of fact, I am. I'm up to my eyelids. Oh shit, my eyebrows. Right? That's how y'all be. That's how it be at times. And then out of nowhere, it just be payday and shit. And then you kind of either come back down all the way down here, right? Or you just it clear you out. It's crazy. It's a crazy thing. Mm-hmm. We had them because it's Wednesday. But don't live in that fear. Don't live in that fear. Don't do that. For what? Don't nah. I know why y'all do it, so I can't even say for what. So take the for what back, and we gonna kind of just. Matter of fact, it's a trash can right there, so we gonna put it in there. Like, yeah, put it. Yeah. So yeah, I know why y'all do it. Me living in fear again. Y'all getting too close to the taper. I don't like it, right? Me living in fear again. So it's like maybe, and that's what y'all want me to say. I'm a contradiction. That's why y'all don't watch my shit. Aren't we all? But why aren't we learning from it? Oh, you ain't trying to hear that shit. I'm telling you now. You trying to be stuck in your ways. I see that. That's one thing I don't, and it's like I be having to get away from people like that. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest, motherfucker that's stuck in their ways and you can't tell them nothing. I'm talking about nothing. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I will shut the fuck up and do what I'm told at times. Yep. I can't even lie. Niggas be trying to act like they dominant 24/7 or they're a girl or a woman in your life has told you what the fuck to do in a certain way and you did it. Seriously, you can take it any way I want to. So don't like. I hate when people be acting like they just ultra. I'm talking about content creators be acting like they really stepping 10 toes, really running shit. Don't let that shit fool y'all. Cause your favorite nephew cousin, I ain't flexing like that. Y'all just see I'm in a room. Y'all don't know what was going on. I'm smoking, and it's just like okay. Don't live in that fear. Matter of fact, I fear y'all be having me fucked up. We had them cause it's Wednesday. You living in fear so much you don't even know how to control it. You just like, God damn. Your whole mindset is what's going on, what's going wrong. Don't live in that fear, man. Don't think you just can't be happy. Don't think you can't evolve from that of what you on. You grow every day if you do it right. Why his lips moving like that? What's wrong here? Trying to get some feeling back. Loose lips sink ships. Why you said it like that? Same reason why your hair look like that. Or somebody look like a nigga peeled your ass off a stop sign. Please sit the fuck down. I had to stop flying motherfuckers up because it's like, bro, I was a different type of nigga, bro. And it be funny because I'm never usually the one starting it. Like, it was a time in my life that I was. We had them because it's Wednesday, so I was saying I fear y'all be having me fucked up. But it's like, I'm a funny ass nigga, but that's just what it is. Like, and it be so funny because that's what my enemies say too. My enemies, my friends, they be like, boy, you a funny ass nigga. And it just be the truth. So it's like, why would you ever step to me when it comes to something like that? I'm not saying I'm the best, but just don't do it. Like, don't believe that your favorite nephew cousin hasn't came a long way. I remember I used to have homeboys slash associates, we gonna call them that, in school or wherever, like around, and they would always be cool for the most part. They would be cool for the most part. And then out of nowhere they would start trying to show out for I can't even say show out for the hoes. Like, we just gonna go ahead and cut it. Show out for the hoes. Show out for the bitches, the women, the girls, whoever they is out there. And they would just do it, and it's like, why did you do that? We was really vibing, like, and it's like they'll do it right when a woman show up, and it's like, why are you doing that? I remember it was one time. I already told y'all about the bacon collar having that. We already told you about that. That was my youngin. Matter of fact, I'm gonna catch y'all up on that so we can bring to where I'm at. Okay, we at them because it's Wednesday. It's 13 minutes and 4 seconds. So this this particular morning, we was walking to school. It was me and my homeboy. We gonna call him T, right? We was walking. He was about to split up and go to his class. You know, I'm telling y'all. So we clowning because like I had a locker. Well, I had my homeboy locker that I was using at the time right there. So I'm boo boo boo. Went in the locker. Okay, cool. Boom. I closed the locker and I'm like, okay, I got gym first period today. I'm finna turn up. So we saying that because I know my boy about to slide out. So we get a little loud. I'm just, we just in the hallway, just vibing because that's what we do. Yes, sir. He like, yes, sir. We gonna have a good day. And he just said something crazy because a girl was walking by. He was like, yeah, nigga, with your beaver damn head. I was like, okay, why did you do that? And I was like, with your bacon collar having ass. And he looked at his shirt, and his shirt went tucked in, and it was loose. And then it was like flapping on one side. And then he had to go to his classroom. Yeah, he had to go to his classroom. And he was just like, man, fuck. And it was funny. And that was the day. So it's like, don't. He's like, beaver damn head out. I was like, mm-hmm. You don't get your bacon collar having ass on, bro. That's what I told him. He had to fix his shirt. He went in class. But this particular one, I used to say for people that used to just get on my nerve, the same situation. We'll be in class, we'll be chilling. Girls start coming in, flooding in because class about to start. It don't start without them for some odd reason. Our teacher waiting on them. I don't know how they do it. So we do, I had a homeboy. At first, we just didn't like each other, and then we found out each other was a little funny, right? It was like, oh, that nigga funny. So we would only be really cool or around each other when none of our friends were around because we had to be. So it was like, yeah, we cool. I ain't got no beef with that nigga. I just don't know why I like him. We had that type of relationship. We don't know why we don't like him and why we like him, right? So we was in there. Then the nigga would show out. Nigga will always say some shit like, damn, bro, take the hat off. And I used to be like, all right, once I take my hat off, are you gonna take yours off? And they would get mad. And they would try to say more things, and I would just be like, okay, bro, kill yourself in the bathtub with no water. I used to say shit like that, so please, like, and it would fuck everybody up. They would be like, damn, there's so many possibilities. They'd be like, yeah. And he'd be like, damn. And he would just have to sit there and think about more stuff, and he couldn't. And then if it was like that, it was like, okay, we'll get some friends that I already had in the classroom that you didn't know was in my classroom, right? So we'll just start clowning on you. And then you would be like, damn, you had to sit there and we'll be still waiting on you to take your hat off. And then the nigga would take his hat off because by this point the teacher is yelling at him to take his hat off. Right? And then they would be saying, but you wear a jacket every day. And I used to be like, yeah, but I took it off. We told you about that way back. They be like, bro, like, that nigga is really funny, but it's like, why you gotta be like that? Because I never started. I just be chilling. But don't y'all know I make a career out of this shit, bro? Slowly but surely. I'll never forget, man. It was me and it was all my cousins. They were older than me and they were girls, right? They were girls. But they were just, I'm talking about, they always had niggas' attention, right? They always had actions at niggas, bro. But the funniest thing used to be this. People would, like, dudes would be wanting to get at them. I'm like, bro. And I would tell them how the girl is, and they would still try to talk to them. I'd be like, okay. I remember one of my cousins. This is no lie. It was at family. It was like during the holidays. I want to say it was Thanksgiving, around Christmas. It was sometime like that, right? Everybody throughout the house. My cousin, she was just cracking jokes, and then her mama boyfriend was like clowning too. They was playing cards. I was in the room playing the game, but I heard it because they were loud. Like everybody was clowning, and then my cousin was clowning, and then they had got into it because one of them thought the other one was cheating in the card game. I'll never forget. Polo down to the floor, right? Polo down to the floor. Like, that's what he was, just on some polo shit. He was Atlanta nigga. He had polo, right? So she was like, bro, yo, she was like, yo, twist, don't ever touch your neck. Matter of fact, you're like a broke down P. Diddy. Take that, take that. Matter of fact, bring it back. She was like, fuck wrong with you. We know that's not real polo game, nigga. I was like, damn. And then, like, everybody was laughing at that nigga. And then that nigga went outside to smoke a cigarette. It was like, bro, like, and by that time, when all this was happening, I was coming in the kitchen, I had washed my hands, and then I had got me some. I was getting me some more macaroni, and I wanted some more juice. And I heard that, and everybody, it was just the face when he realized he lost. It wasn't the fact that she said that; it was the fact that he lost the game, and it was like, damn. I remember that. It was like, damn. just walked outside. Everybody was laughing. He just walked outside. And nigga went to smoke a cigarette. Like, he was like, damn. When it's 20 minutes, man. Don't live in that fear. That's what we go out with, bro. Don't don't live in that fear because it's scary, man. I just felt like I had to tell y'all that. But that shit was so funny, dog.